Hey, it's Dustin2582 coming back at you with another video, and today I'll be reviewing a NASCAR diecast. And this is something I have rarely done, but I'm reviewing a 124 scale diecast. And the reason I don't do these often is because, I mean, look at all the space. I barely even have any space to have them. But this one I got because it looked really cool. It looked really cool, and the story behind it is kind of interesting. And no one's done a review on it, and probably not too many people know this even existed. But anyways, the diecast is going to be this. This is Kevin Harvick's number 29 Snap-on Racing Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Now, Kevin Harvick has run a Snap-on car before, but this one is a little bit different. It's not in the Cup Series or even the Busch Series, so that's going to be very interesting to talk about. So let's cut to the intro and let's get on with the review. So, of course, when I say it wasn't in the top 3 series, this is a little bit interesting because this was a late model diecast, quote unquote. And let's take a look at the other side of the box. We got a photo of Kevin Harvick in his Snap-on Racing uniform, his signature Snap-on Racing, and that's we're going to be talking about soon. That's the event this car ran in. Of course, this was released by Action Racing Collectibles in 2002. Got this on eBay because I got a pretty good deal on it. So, and since it's something I don't have and I find interesting, I was like, why not? You see on the side, Kevin Harvick Snap-on 2002 Chevy Monte Carlo, one of 23,712 made. Man, is that a lot. They really overproduced a Kevin Harvick car back then. So, go take the sleeve off. It's just a nice little sleeve we have on here. Normal action box. This is the ARC, I guess, if you want to call it. It's just the basic 124 scale. It's not the Elite or whatever, but still looks pretty cool. Let's remove the top of the box here. We got some styrofoam, and remove the styrofoam. You can't see the car just yet, but inside there's another piece of styrofoam, and inside contains the actual diecast. So I'm going to put this box aside for now. I'm definitely going to have to display this, of course, just because it looks nice. And there it is, Kevin Harvick Snap-on Racing Chevrolet, and it's starting to roll, interestingly enough. Pretty heavy diecast. So let's move down here. So of course, what series is, I guess, the elephant in the room, what series did he run this in? He ran this at Sonoma, at the Snap-on Tools Jelly Belly 200, the NASCAR Featherlight Southwest Series. So he ran this in the Southwest Tour in 2002, and interestingly enough, they made a diecast of it, which, it's kind of a little like one of those little oddball diecasts they make, where like it's not something you would have expected to make, but they did. Now, of course, with it being the Southwest Tour, it's not on the correct mold. This is supposed to be like a Busch and Cup mold. The Southwest Tour car was obviously like a late model, 5-star body, like front and rear clip. So it obviously looks a little bit different. But even then, this diecast still looks really cool. So I guess enough of that, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about Kevin Harvick in the Southwest Tour. But of course, we should take a look at the diecast. And I feel like I should move my camera down just so that I can better appreciate what it looks like, because the car is really rolling back. I think it wants to go racing. And it doesn't want to stay unless I turn the wheels. And I guess that's the thing we're going to talk about. It has turning wheels and such. So of course, on the side we got Snap-on, the number 29 on here. Checkered flag flame design. I really love that. That's another reason I bought it, is because most of the paint schemes or liveries that I make on racing games myself has like a checkered flag design, and I was like, I like this, how this one looks. Not to say I got inspiration from it, even though I guess you could kind of say that. I just did it myself because I like checkered flags and such. So yeah, that's what I added there. It's all red. It's just that's the most design on the sides. Take a look at the rear. We got some other sponsors: LDV, Dealer Insurance Programs. On the rear, we got Snap-on. Interesting, we have a molded onboard camera design, onboard camera piece on here. Really cool. I don't know if I don't think that's accurate at all, because I know the Southwest Tour doesn't get that much attention. And I did watch the Sonoma race, and we'll talk about that, of course. You got opening rear hatch, and it has your fuel cell on there, really nicely painted. And it actually stays up. Snap-on credit on the deck lid. And this left side, or the right side, is going to be the same as the left side, of course, with more. We haven't taken a look at all the sponsors here. AC Delco, Sherwin-Williams, Kevin Harvick Incorporated, which is back. Surprising, pretty funny, because they race in the Cars Tour West now, which is kind of like the new version of the Southwest Tour. Yeah, very nice. And we got a Featherlight Southwest Series logo on there, and all its contingencies and such. Goodyear, and more contingencies on the front. Of course, 5-star and 76, just as some that I could pick out there. And on the hood, we got Snap-on Racing, and on the front, got the Chevy Monte Carlo with a separate piece grill or radiator grill in the front. And of course, the hood does open, and underneath it says Snap-on. And engine detail, really nice engine detail with a bunch of cables and such. I think that's how it is on the real thing. And it has some suspension, but on the front wheel, nothing on the back. So yeah, Kevin Harvick, he ran the Southwest Tour. Well, that's kind of where he started his career in stock cars. He ran the Southwest Tour, I think from like early to the mid 90s. I think they mentioned the broadcast. I watched this race, so I know a little bit. In the broadcast, they mentioned that he got his first win in 1995. And I think his last one came in 1999. And then he came back to the Southwest Tour in 2002. Of course, he was already in the Cup Series by then. And I guess he decided to run this race. And there was also other drivers like Boris Said, Robbie Gordon, and such, just I guess pulling double duty in the Southwest Tour race, which was a companion event. And Harvick was running this car, and unfortunately, I guess he was doing decent. He was making his way up, and then he had to DNF. But then the next year, 2003, they came back. Of course, a companion event to the Winston Cup Series car, or the event. Harvick ran this exact same car. The only difference being, I guess, some of the contingencies are a little changed, but everything else was exactly the same. And he ended up dominating that race. He dominated the entire race, and he won. So, because it's a little confusing. It says 2002, but it also ran in 2003. And it was kind of the same body style. It looked like the exact same car, just contingencies and such. But, yeah, this is really cool. I don't know if y'all Kevin Harvick fans even knew that he ran this car those 2 years and actually won in one of them. So it's a bit interesting that I got this car where it's the race win of the Southwest Tour event, I guess in 2003. And then in the Winston Cup race, I have Robbie Gordon, Charlie's Angels car that he won pretty much the next day. And Harvick finished third in the Winston Cup race, so that was pretty cool. Robbie also did compete, as well as Boris said, in the 2003 race, and it looked like he was going to be in contention to win, Robbie Gordon, that is. Until there was a problem with the transmission, and he ended up DNFing and almost finished last. Hard to believe, but I mean, he was substituting last minute for someone, so not enough seat time, but he was doing pretty well. But yeah, this is a really cool diecast. It's one that not too many people talk about, and there's a lot of them on eBay, and there's even some for pretty good prices, honestly. Like if you don't have a 124 diecast, I mean, this would be a good one to start off with. It's a very odd one, not too people talk about, but it's a really nice one with a pretty cool history, I'll be honest. Kevin Harvick, Southwest Tour car. I would have never thought they'd make a Southwest Tour diecast. But this won't be the last quote-unquote late model. I have another one coming in, and I can't wait to look at that one. Also with a little bit of an obscure history. And before I even end it, I guess take a look at the base here before I forget. Painted black, very nice, and of course painted everything, and the wheels do turn on here, of course, so make it look like it's running a road course, turning left, turning right, and such. And of course it's has the stickers on the tires, really cool. And it has stickers on all of them. So yeah, if you're a Kevin Harvick collector, I would highly suggest you get this car because it looks really cool, interesting history. yeah, it looks cool. I still can't really imagine why they made this, other than I guess just to Snap-on requested it. But yeah, I like this. See if I can make some space to put it on my display here, because this is very nice. But yeah, that has been the review of the 2002 Snap-on Racing Kevin Harvick Southwest Tour diecast. My first ever Southwest Tour diecast that I own in my collection, and gotta say, I really like it. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach those 1,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer every single day. I know we can make that, y'all. And I'll see you next time. Peace.